One of the challenges in neighbourhood disputes sometimes is actually convincing someone else that your problem is really a valid problem. I think if you're very emotional about it, it's important to think about, well, what are the underlying issues? What's the core issue? What's the particular difficulty you're having? And finding a way to describe that.
Often people don't respond well to when you initially approach them about a problem, so it's very important to make it very clear that the problem exists and how important that problem is. So, for example, if you're having a fencing dispute and you've got a half-broken fence, the problem might be that you actually have a dog that lives on your side of the fence, and if that fence actually breaks down, then there's a good chance that the dog is going to escape. Maybe one of the reasons is you're worried that one of the tree branches are going to actually break off and fall into your yard. You know, some people have children that play in their backyard. They might have animals that roam the yard. So if a branch was to break off, during some heavy wind or something like that, then there's obviously going to be a chance that someone could get hurt. So maybe put that towards your neighbour. Say, I have little children that do play around in the backyard, and obviously you can't watch the child 24 hours a day. So you want to be comfortable in knowing that your child is out there in the backyard and is not going to get hurt by a falling tree branch or something like that. It's really important to first mention how important the problem is to you. So you can obviously mention what the problem is, why it's important to you, why it concerns you. But also, if it's, for example, a shared issue, then chances are it's going to actually have an impact on them as well. So maybe make it very clear that a broken fence can not only have an impact on you, but could actually have an impact on them. Same with overhanging tree branches. If you have a tree branch that falls over and hurts someone, then it could actually have implications for your neighbour for not taking care of that tree properly. So try and make it clear that it is very important to both of you, not just to one person.
Sometimes people might have a difficulty that nobody else sees as a difficulty, and one of the challenges is to help the other person understand how important it is to you and how it affects you and what the issues actually are. And often if somebody's not understanding your difficulty, it might be the way that you're explaining it. So sometimes it's about how you can be very clear, not too emotional, really have worked out what the issue is that you want to communicate to the other person. And sometimes very clear communication around your problem will actually begin to get the other person to be interested in it.
It's not a matter of persuading your neighbour, rather pointing to the benefits of achieving what it is that you want. If it's a fencing issue or it's a tree issue, the goal is ultimately the same, and that's to not bother each other and to resolve the issues of concern. Really, if both parties are aware of the issues and aware of what needs to be done, then simply put, it should be a small exercise of just coordinating how that takes place.